Nearly 20 years ago, I met the woman of my dreams. She was beautiful, she was funny, she was intelligent, and she was white.
I didn't really realize like cultural differences and things like that. I didn't know that certain types of men tended to gravitate towards certain types of women and that I fit this certain mold. But I guess eventually you sort of become attracted to what's attracted to you.
I truly believe you can't control who you fall in love with. But the fact is, less than 50 years ago, our relationship would be illegal in over a dozen states. That was until 1967 when the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a Virginia law banning whites from marrying non-whites. Being in an interracial relationship is already complex. Adding kids takes it to a whole nother level.
But it is funny, like sometimes when I pick her up from school, if it's like a different, she goes to the after school program, and if it's a different teacher, they'll say, oh, is this mom? And they always ask. I think a lot of people aren't sure if she's mixed, if she's 100% black, what she is. They don't know what to expect when people pick her up.
I remember having a conversation with my mom, and I asked her, did it bother her that I was married to a white woman? And she said, of course not. Besides, either way, I'm going to have black grandkids.
Gabby, when she was she wasn't even 2, I don't think, came home one day from daycare and told me, Mommy, I'm black and you're white. And we'd never talked about it before. Like, it was not something we ever talked about in our family, about race or that she was black or that she was white or whatever color she was. And I'm sure she heard it from other kids who told her, you're black and your mother's white, and it kind of surprised me that at that age it would even come up. I didn't think she would ever even notice till she was a little bit older. My son, on the other hand, who's now almost 4, doesn't seem to even notice. He's never brought up the whole race thing. Yeah, we have talked to them about that they're like chocolate milk. Like Mommy was white, like milk, and Daddy is brown, like the chocolate. And then when you mix it together, it's it's darker than the white, but it's not as dark as the chocolate. So they say that Mommy's light brown, Daddy's black, and that they're brown. They definitely think that they're darker than Mommy, but not as dark as Daddy. So Daddy's black, Mommy's white, and they're brown. And the only thing I think that she has a hard time with, and I don't know if it's because of what she sees around her, is her hair.
My only wish is to have straight hair.
She's always saying that she wishes she had long blonde hair, like a lot of her friends do. Can I show everybody your hair? How much hair you have? Look at all that hair. She has dark curly hair, which everyone is always raving about and telling her how beautiful it is, but I think she wants to look a little more like everyone else. There isn't a lot of black people in Carlsbad.
Do you have any other brown friends?
Yes.
Who's another brown friend that you have?
Me.
Just you?
Yes. One brown boy in my class and one brown girl. 2 brown girls. That includes me.
Whenever we'd see any black or mixed race girls or women, she would always point them out and say, look, Mommy, they look like me. But it is nice that her best friend looks like her too, so she's not the only one in Carlsbad. But I guess advice to couples, I would just say, be prepared for questions and have, discuss ahead of time what you want to tell your kids about what their race is and their culture and, how society sees them. So I think when you're little, you want to fit in, you want to be like everybody else. But I think as you get a little older, it's cool to be something different.